guys, Robert here with Realty One Group MVP, and today I am here in Palm Grove, a new exclusive Neal community right on the very edge of Lakewood Ranch. It's one of the newest sections of Lakewood Ranch, and it is right across from those brand new K through 8 and high school. The K through 8 just opened up, I think, this week, and then the high school should be done for next year. New public shopping center, all kinds of commercial stuff coming in literally right across the street. It's gonna be over 900 lots in this community, guys, a mix of villas, townhouses, and 20 different floor plans of single families. Right now I'm standing in the model, and I'm gonna do a model tour of about 5 different homes right now. Guys, if you're not familiar with my channel, make sure you're hitting the like, hitting the subscribe so you get the notifications of all my model tours that I do for the parish, Lakewood Ranch, Manatee County, South Hillsborough area, guys. And I keep these videos coming weekly, try to keep as much content as I can coming at you as time allows. And I hope that you guys are enjoying my channel for my longtime subscribers, and I appreciate all your business, all your feedback, and all of your inquiries, guys. So like I said, make sure you're checking out my channel. Lots of educational content on there, guys, and lots of model tours for all the communities. I do a lot of shorts. But anyways, guys, we're gonna go through these models today, and right now I'm gonna flip this camera around so we can go through some of the HOA and CDD details, as well as some of the base pricing before we get started. So I'm in the sales center, and as you saw, like, this was the phase 1. So we're in phase 1 right now. And that's kind of like that road frontage of State Road 64 East is right where it's at. Like, Uline Road is basically right over here. So like right on this, like, I did say that's the western intersection. And then they're building the clubhouse right now, which is gonna be right here. All of your landscaping is gonna be included in your fees. Many different series like townhomes, 1790 square feet, villas from 1638 square feet, then your cruise series, which is going to be your smaller homes, 1533 on your, not as wide, probably your 40-foot wide home sites. And then you're going to have, I think these are like 52s, and these are like 62s or something like that, the Cove series and Celebration, which is pretty baseline for a lot of Neal communities like Canoe Creek, North River Ranch, if you're not familiar with that. But Neal is the developer and builder in here, and they did orchestrate all of North River Ranch and Parish. It is basically their community, their kind of like development project, I would say pinnacle project, one of the best ones they've done thus far. Really nice. That's Neal does a pretty good job, I would say. They've had, every builder, I say, has their challenges, but they do a pretty thorough job. They get a third-party inspector before the home closes, and usually every time I walk through a Neal home before closing, or even a Simply Dwell home, their sister company, really have very little things to pick out in the home. So as you can see, guys, we're ranging from, with your townhomes, 319 to be right here in Lakewood Ranch on 64, be in the school zone. Prices have, corrected a little bit in Lakewood Ranch, so it's not too bad. And I feel like the more you get on this side of Lakewood Ranch, especially here in this first phase of this community, you're gonna get a great advantage on the pricing to be in this area. So, trade winds, which their villas, which they have, like, I think this is literally, you'll see it. They even have an 1848 model. So, and then when you get into it, guys, we're going all the way up to base pricing of $684. So you can be, by the time you do your lot premium, all your structural and cosmetic upgrades, you can be somewhere, probably close to the 800s, around that range, guys. If you want a fully decked out, wide 3-car garage on the largest square footage of 3,400 square feet. And then you go right here, guys, and this is gonna be some of the, as far as what is going to be in the community, what's included in the fees, and a summary of the fees. So townhomes is going to be $547, CDD of only $1,000. Initial assessments will be there at your closing costs, which the builder is always giving incentives, so we could probably get a lot of that, if not all of it, covered. Villas, Cruise Series, Celebration Series, and Cove Series, so ranging all the way up. CDD could be as much as $2,600, but even that's not bad. And then the HOA quarterly would be $1,100. The higher you go in the series. So if you look at it, guys, the townhomes are not bad at all. So as far as the fees go, that's not bad. Pretty affordable, I would say. I would say some communities you'd be almost monthly. That you'll be like in the 400s, high 3s, mid 400s for your monthly fees on a townhome like that, and that's quarterly. And then it's gonna include common area maintenance. It's gonna have a gated entry, pickleball, dog parks, playground, clubhouse, fitness center, movie lawn, shuffleboard, trails, bike stations, resort pool, and activity pool. And if you're not familiar, guys, Neal Communities, they really do such a great job on like their landscaping, on their features, their amenities, their activities directors. They usually always have, all the cool things going on. Like I said, I actually live in a Neal community, and there's so many great events for families all the time, and really, like I said, the nicest landscaping, I would say, in all of the parish in North River Ranch. So, guys, without any further ado, let's do this model tour. All right, guys, so these are the ones that we'll be looking at today. Starting off on the Cruise Series, the Liberty 4, which is gonna kind of remind me of, I don't know, maybe like a Dream 2. You've seen those in the parish communities. Maybe not. Maybe the next one down from the Dream, I forget which one that's called, the Meadowbrook or something like that. Yeah, this is like it's almost like an oversized villa, but it's on its own land, so you can fence in the yard and do stuff like that. So you have a little nook right here when you walk in the front door. So it's kind of a split layout where it's like, eating, living room, or you could do it the other way around. I mean, you could try to squeeze your living room area in right here, put some couch furniture here and wrap it around this wall and have your TV there. And then you have like a larger dining space right here. And it's got a nice wraparound island, that goes into a breakfast bar right here. Open concept, tray ceiling. Obviously, some of these options are structural. They are upgrades. So these are just things that you can do with the extended lanai. But we are going to go look at a villa, a townhouse, and I'm going to try to get in one inventory home today, guys. One quick move in and show you what that's all about and what it really looks like, when you buy one kind of from the builder and not customize it. So walk-in shower. Boom. I'll try to slow down the camera a little bit because I know I had some people saying I was going a little too fast in one of the last videos. I want to make anyone dizzy. So I'm trying to hold my hand as steady as possible. Boom. One bath. Now this doesn't have like the 8-foot doors or anything like that, but it still looks good. I'm not that tall anyway. I like those chairs, pretty nice. So this is your laundry, which would go into your garage. It's open. Looks like they'll be giving to you epoxied, hopefully. So that'd be great. This looks like it is an electric community. It's not gas. Oh, it is gas, sorry. It's a gas community. I was like, and actually should have picked that up from looking in the garage because there was no hot water heater. So it is, they should have tankless hot water heaters on one of these sides. So you'll see that. That's your Liberty 4. All right, we've got how many of these? 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 more. Try to get through them quick. I hate to make these hour-long videos, you know. This is the Honor. 2143. I've seen these in Canoe Creek before. There we go. I have a client that might really be interested in this community. I do like these cabinets with the lighter flooring. I do like the way it pops, but they got the, you know, like the beiges, the light wood, the oak kind of flavor, and the gold countertops. So this is your Honor. Right here, you're gonna be 2143 square feet, and this is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2.5, it looks like. So a little drop zone area here, must be coming out the garage. This does have the 8-foot doors, and it has a tandem garage, so that's nice. So 3-car tandem, almost 3.5, because if you can see, that's even bumped out even further than just a standard 3-car tandem. So that's a nice feature. Little pantry here. Actually, not even little. It's good size. They just did like an extended patio here for the backyard instead of a pool, which is cool. And then this has a 2nd story. But, you know, good use of space, I would say. You know, living room, enough room to put a big table there if you needed to, and a good size island. So then you have your, you know, bonus downstairs. This looks like it's probably a half bath that I missed when I was walking in. Half bath. High ceilings, 9.5 foot. And even though this is carpet, this is like that good carpet. That carpet doesn't really shag or catch as much dust, and when you vacuum it, it really cleans up. So it's a little less allergenic, I would say. So you come up here, guys, you know, full bath, bedroom, laundry, AC closet in there. That's where your blower is. A little loft. A little dark in here. I could probably bump one of these lights on and switches over there. We'll check out the primary with your tray ceilings. So it looks like it's probably got 2 closets, because I'm guessing that's his. And then there's probably a walk-in through here, yeah. So shower with the glass. Water closet. Double vanity. Walk-in closet. All right, leaving the Honor. And now we are, got a grand entry here on the Applause. I give that an applause. 2,100 square feet. Kind of reminds me of the Monte Carlo Lennar makes. So as you come in here, this looks like it's probably all on one level. So this is the larger 1-story bonus area when you walk in. I'm guessing there's probably an option to put a wall here and French doors, stuff like that. A lot of nice woodwork throughout. Then I have like an ensuite, like a one, which they turned into, you know, two twin beds. Good vibe, like that. Tray ceilings, very high ceilings in this home. I'm gonna hit this laundry room, it looks nice. And then you're gonna have another bathroom. Bedroom or office. So, yeah, you got a 1-1, a bonus, a 1-1, laundry, and then you come in and it's really split up. It's like a triple split floor plan, and every room has like, it's pretty much like its own bathroom. And you come in here and here's your living, you know, dining, kitchen area. So a nice sized kitchen, lots of counter space. These got really nice countertops. Looks like my listing in Sweetwater. I gotta get over there and do a blowout video for the final inventory. So there's the pool area. This is the backyard here. As I'm gonna say I can get pools with the build here. That's one question I forgot to ask, but I'm pretty sure I can. People think that they're gonna get upcharged for the pool if they do it with the build, but if you're gonna finance the pools, you'll pay a lot less interest financing it with the home than financing it third party unsecured at like a 10% rate after. So 2 walk-ins, that's your primary. Little nook over there. You know, bathroom is a little tight, guys, I'll be honest, but it's not bad, it's functionable. Just don't want to be at that sink when someone's in the toilet. They might, you know, take you out, but walk-in shower, boom. So this one, guys, this is the Applause. This is gonna be base price of $510, 3-bedroom, 3-bath with the bonus. Nice layout though, I do like it. I actually like it just like this even. If I was gonna downsize, this would be a cool setup to have in the future. Artistry. So this is gonna be one of your largest floor plans in the 40s. So yeah, actually you have 33s. So 33 wide. So those are pretty narrow lots, I would say. You know, and then 40s, which is this series here, and then 45s is your code series. So they're all gonna be relatively close together. So just keep that in mind. That might be one of the drawbacks, but if you get in here early, you can have your pick of the litter on the lots and get like a cul-de-sac or a corner lot or something on a curve or a bend with a pie on it. So yeah, guys, keep that in mind. Make sure you're reaching out, 941-879-4730, taking advantage of all my incentives, as well as the builder's incentives. I give my own rebates to my clients. I do a leasing service. If you're an investor and you're buying an investment property, I'll help you get the tenant in there, signed lease, security deposit, all that stuff. As part of my service, that's free of charge, guys, if you're buying with me. And if you've got a home to list anywhere in the state of Florida, I give you a discounted listing service. If you're buying with me, I can get you a home selling contingency, guys, all kinds of stuff that benefits for working with me, as well as me knowing all the builders really well, knowing all the inventory, you know, being able to negotiate more incentives. I know which builders I can push on. Plus the builders like me because they see me all the time. I'm always doing contracts and sales for them. So when they know it's my client, they're like, oh, it's Robert's client. Just do it, you know, blah, blah, blah. So keep that in mind, guys. Oh, that's cool. Got a little volleyball going on there. Very cool. Outdoor kitchen. So that you do have that option here with the outdoor kitchens and the gas lines and having that all preset or included in the build. So the Artistry, guys, so we're talking $604 base price, 2-story, 4-bedroom, 3-bath. So we'll go check out the second story. Lots of natural light in the stairway, a big window. Which really shines up into the second floor more than anything. So this is cool. Wow, this is actually a nice setup, a little bit different than a lot of upstairs where you just walk right into the loft with the nice laundry right there off the stairs. Big bathroom with a flickering light. Loft right here. Looks like primary where they switch, maybe not primary, but they did switch up the flooring. It's a good size room, actually. A good size. That's right off the loft. That's actually good because if you have a son who likes to stay up and do things or whatever, then he has that room right next to the loft. Another bedroom here. And this is your primary. So this is big. It's like a hallway right here that goes into your walk-in closets, which essentially aren't right in the room. So you do have all your wall space, but they're right here, and that's a big closet. You can sit down and relax in there. And boom. And then if you ever need somebody, like if you bought an inventory home with carpet, I've got a guy who I can get you a really good price on taking all your carpet out and putting in laminate or hardwood or whatever you want. I've got some really good tile guys, great plumber. I've got all the subs, fencing people, anyone that you need, guys. I've got referrals for mostly everything. Mostly. Not everything, but mostly. The common stuff. Gutters and screen cages and all that stuff. And these are companies that I've vetted against other companies and with pricing and quality and speed and all that stuff. So Sea Mist, this is actually one of the most popular floor plans, especially in North River Ranch. It's got like a loft thing upstairs. You've got the 3-car side-by-side garage. It's on, the 45 foot wider lot. And then this is a $570 base price. So, not obviously as big as the Sea Glass or the Artistry that we were just in. Actually, this is only a 1-story. I thought it had a loft or a bonus room. I could be wrong, could be right, but I know in the last Sea Mist I filmed, it did have the loft. I think it has an option to add a loft. Let's see how this one is laid out. So you walk in, you have a den right here. Yeah, this is just all 1 floor, 1 story. But it's a good layout because you've got double sliders, so lots of natural light. I feel like someone just sent me to look at one of these houses for them in another community. I feel like I was just in one of these. Nice pool area, like a wraparound patio. That's got the seamless screen. That's pretty cool. Rather have preserve behind me than other home sites, but each his own. This has the 8-foot doors, the way they structured this one out. You walk through, boom, boom. If you're, you're ready for pickleball, right? Water closet, and a nice little walk-in shower. So, just want to try to get through these as quickly as possible, guys. Sorry if I'm rushing, but it's going to be a long video, and I just don't want to make it too long. So this is kind of cool. You walk through here, pantry over here, hallway, half bath, and then you come over here, and you've got the rest of the bedrooms. So one. Does that have hold on. Yeah, it had a bathroom in it. I'll say. Oh, so this has a Jack and Jill bathroom. Okay, boom. My spidey senses were on and sensed the bathroom back here. And laundry, okay. Let's check out this 3-car. All right, not too bad. Pretty good shiny epoxy job, I would say. A little bit better quality than some of the builders give you. Complimentary epoxy. I'm just getting sick of that epoxy though. I've been seeing it at every house for 10 years now. But yeah, guys, we're gonna get on to the, I'm gonna go show you a townhouse, a villa, so make sure you stay tuned if you're looking for the villas, looking for the townhouses. I'm gonna walk through one of those right now, and then I'm gonna get one quick move in so you know real time what these homes are looking like and what they're going for. All right, so we're at the villas. This is at the Sandcastle Surprisingly, there's already someone living in here. I think that might be one of the first residences in here. So that's cool. They will be the OGs. So we have the tide winds. We'll do that first. Then the sandcastle. Tide winds being the smaller of the two. So they come with the full 2-car garage. I'll go over the fees here again with you in a second. So, good side, good tall entryway. Yeah, so this is how they do it. This in North River Ranch, it's like the same, but I think this, and here they have one that's a little bit bigger. The one next door, the sandcastle. So your 2-car garage is here, so it's actually not even part of the house. You don't get in from the house, you get in from this little vestibule here, but it gives you a little private entryway so you can have the glass door with the natural light and still be not looking at the street. You got the garage right there, so it gives you like the natural light plus the privacy. It's a pretty good layout. This is it's got like a 1-bedroom, 1-bath right here, and then like a bonus room here, so you can make this a den or a guest room or something like that. And then you have, laundry room, which is off to the side, so you don't have to walk through the laundry room to get to the garage. That's nice. So it's a good use of space, with the garage being out there and all your floor plan being in here, and then not having to use like a hallway, right, to get into the garage. That's part of your square footage. So think of it that way. So they did use the space well. So it actually feels like a bigger 1,600 square feet than you would think. So not a bad kitchen, not a bad at all. We've got a couple different countertop areas. You can deck these out rather nicely, get the tray ceiling, little nook off here, niche for the table. And then I think with the villas, they all come like this. So they all have that extended lanai with the bird cage there, which is nice. Primary, it's funny looking at all these pictures of like people that don't even live here. They're just like for show. It's the staging. It's a walk-in shower. It's nice. Toilet and split vanity on each side. So, and then you have just a regular closet, and then this is probably a walk-in right here. So boom. And real quick, I'll just go over these fees one more time with you. So on the villas, you're looking at quarterly of $728, and then annual CDD of only $1,700. So that's pretty decent. So go through to the next one. It's not too bad of a walk like to the driveway. So if you park in the driveway, it's not like you're walking halfway around the house, but it's just tucked a little bit. Driveways are semi-shared, but split. You do have a little common patch right there, which the HOA takes care of your lawn anyway. So I'm guessing this one's probably a little bit more bumped out. An extra 200 square feet, 2-car garage. Okay, yeah, definitely a little bit more open in the living room area. So bedroom here, closet, then bedroom and a bathroom across the hall. That's a good sized room, good sized bathroom. Linen closet, coat closet, and your laundry is right off of the kitchen, so that's interesting, right? Don't see that too often, where like your laundry is right there. But I guess that's a little bit convenient, right? So if you've got dishwasher, washer and dryer, all your noise is coming from one area. Everything's going on at the same time, right? It's not like right in the TV area. It's a little tucked back there a little bit, so. And then you have bonus room, den. You have a niche right here for your kitchen table, tray ceiling, extended lanai, bird cage, nice, and primary here. That's my grandmother, guys. Say hello. Just kidding. That's my mom. Let me see here, guys. So 2 closets. Yeah, 2 walk-in closets side by side, split with a split vanity and walk-in shower. Nice. All right, let's go check out the townhouses. And once again, this has got the cheapest of the fees. So the quarterly HOA is only $547, and the CDD is only $1,000. So extremely affordable. All right, so we're here at the townhouses, and this is your Avery. They've actually got 4 different plans. They got the Avery end unit and the Avery interior. This is the end unit. This is gonna be your one for $339. 2-story. They're all the same square footage, right? So I don't know, just laid out a little bit differently. So it's rather interesting. So we'll look at this one. I don't know if the one next door is even open, but I'll check it out. So let's run through this. I think these are like all standard, like there's no picking out things and upgrades for these townhouses. I think they're all gonna come like this. And definitely this is not gonna be here. This is just to show you, I guess, if you were to pick out a package, but that's really all you're allowed to pick out, I think, is just your, cabinet color, countertop style, and tile and stuff like that, and carpet color. So it's not like this big upgraded thing where you can do all these things with the structural and all that. It's just some basic trim packages you can pick out. So, but the pricing is really good. $319,000 for 1,790 square feet. This is bigger than the villa. You can tell this is a really good size area. So if you're looking for a little bit more space, you don't mind walking upstairs for the bedrooms. You've got a half bath downstairs, pantry, garage, and this is a it's basically a 1-car garage. So this would be a 1-car driveway. That'd be if the driveway is obviously going to be bigger than that, it'll be the size of a car. This will just be the model office. That's how fresh this community, guys. There's no clubhouse. The models aren't even completely up and running. I'm always on the scene first, as you know. I try to be. Josh Bryan might be giving me a run for the money. We'll see. We'll have to look up compare our sales, see where we're at. This is your primary walk-in closet. Okay, 2 walk-in closets. That's cool. Like a mini loft, like barely a loft. I don't know, I felt like they could have did a little bit something better with all this hallway space. Made some kind of a small loft. Maybe that's the difference between the Morgan and the Avery. But you have 2 bedrooms here, laundry, closet. All right, so last but not least, this is the Morgan. It's definitely a little bit different when you walk in, a little different vibe. Still kind of a straight shot, but seems like a wider area here for the living room versus the living room being in the back. And then the kitchen is more like in the middle, with the dining room being split off back here near the lanai. So it comes with the screened-in lanai, storage closet outside, little pantry, island, and half bath here. So, not too bad. And you can get this on an end unit too. $319. So this one does have, like I said, That's why I thought like more of like a little bit of a loft area. So if you wanted to put a desk here, it's kind of cool to have this little situation here, right? So, or if you got a son who has video games, you could set up a little chair and a TV or something there, right? You could do something. You could even put the TV over here, right, with a little swivel, and then have a little couch here. So, I don't know, you could do something. Get creative. So bedroom, laundry, and then split all the way down is another closet, is your primary. And then this has walk-in closet here, full bath, double vanity, another linen closet, and shower. So the sales guy actually got tied up with a client, so I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get an inventory home in today. If I can, I'll put it in a short on my channel, so just watch out for that. And but if he's busy, then I might be SOL. So, but anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this tour. Once again, make sure you're hitting the subscribe, hit the like. Make sure you're checking out all my model tours, guys. 941-879-4730. Robert Lunt, Realty One Group MVP, and hope you have a great day. Thank you for tuning in.